So let's just go ahead and delete that cat. I'm sure many of you have wanted to delete that cat for days.
Yes.
So go ahead and delete the cat. Then you're going to paint the first sprite you're going to paint. So make sure you don't choose a sprite. Just go to paint one. And then we're just going to change the name to code. That's all you're going to do. And then you're just going to leave it there, blank, with no things in it.
I can't remember the day of this class.
Can you come in quietly next time? William, will you put your mask on, please? All right, so now we're going to paint another sprite. I'm going to call mine Road 1. Not to be confused with Road 1. Okay. Here's what you're going to do with Road 1. Okay? You're just going to, it has to be vertical. Okay? But you're going to paint the road. Okay? If you want yours to be kind of funky, like, okay? But you're going to paint the road. I actually don't like this at all, so I'm going to erase that. Okay. And I know it looks weird over here, so see how it doesn't go all the way to the end? Don't worry about that. But it has to be up and down. It has to be vertical. Otherwise, this doesn't work well.
You can do horizontal if you have to change the entire thing.
Yes, and I'm going to go through that with everybody. You're absolutely right. But
Also, you're doing it a lot different. I just put all my own roads on the same sprite.
did you now?
Yeah, you just use you just create a clone of yourself, and then when I start as a clone, I switch to the next costume, go down, and continue on.
I see.
It's actually a lot easier. It's less sprites and it takes up less space.
Sure. So, and I filled mine in over here. I converted it to bitmap and filled in the sides. Oh, all right. So I have a road that goes up and down. Everybody have one?
Yeah.
We're getting close. You can perfect it later. The key right now is, no, you'll probably want to kind of come close to perfecting it now. I take that back. All right. Who needs more time with this? Just raise your hand or put your hand on your head. You need more time. Okay, with this road, just the road part. Don't know what you're doing over there, Grayson, but. Okay, so from there, okay, go to road 1, right click road 1, and click duplicate. So now you have 2 roads, road 1 and road 2. Now, click on road 2, go to the arrow up here, and we're going to flip it vertically. That's all you're going to do. Click the arrow for choosing, and then just click vertical. Okay, one time. So now, as you can see here, road 1 is like an upside down version of road 2. That's it.
But why doesn't road 2 show on your screen, but it does on ours?
Right here.
No, but I mean like on that. Both of them are on. No, I mean up.
Oh, because I filled in white. It's okay. It'll work later. Trust me on this. You might be tempted to start moving things around and oh, it's not perfect. It'll be perfect. Okay, maybe a couple of yours won't. All right. We good? Is anybody confused right now? Okay. Well, you have to click on the arrow chooser here, the chooser arrow, and then you can click it, flip vertical. That's all you click. Got me?
Yeah.
Okay. Now we're going to code this thing. All right, you can add little trinkets and details later. We're going to code it now. Go to the code sprite. Start with the code sprite. Yes, the spriteless sprite. Okay. Go ahead and grab your flag. Start with an event. With sprite click. I'm gonna make my road smaller too. That way you guys can see the code here. Okay. We're gonna go to broadcast. Yep, broadcast, and we're gonna say not message one. We're gonna call it setup. Broadcast and wait. It's under event, broadcast, setup, and wait. Okay. Then we need a repeat block. Repeat until. If I start to go too fast, let me know. Repeat until. We're going to go make 3 more broadcasts. Okay, we're going to call one calculate. Okay, broadcast calculate.
Like, there's
Yes.
my chase.
And my goal is to show them how to do the sideways. Not to show them, but to tell them what you need.
Okay, so like how much spell
Yeah.
Okay, well this is a lot more complicated than it used to be. Like there's a lot easier words to do. Sorry, guys.
Maybe so. All right. Maybe so. Then broadcast and wait. Move. Broadcast move. How many can you put into that?
Okay.
How many different road sprites can you put in?
I think Sky Chase has over 50 right now, and it's continuously add more and make it better. Because Sky Chase just leaps over and over again once it finishes its rotation.
Got it.
What are we making?
Then finally, broadcast game over. At some point in time, you're probably going to want to have an end. Okay. Notice how we're leaving the repeat until blank. Does everybody leave that blank?
Yeah.
Just leave it there for now. We'll go back to it once we have variables. Very good. All right. How we doing? We good? Everybody's doing all right? Okay. So now when I receive setup, We're gonna go to variables now, and we're gonna make 3 variables. Okay, the first one. Sorry, make variable. I'm gonna call it road Y for all stripes. Make another one called car speed. No, but you bring up a great point, Nathan. If you wanted this to be a road that goes left and right, so horizontally instead of vertically, you would change all of the Y's to X's. So road Y becomes road X. And then finally, countdown. There you go. There's those 3 variables. Everybody on target? If you think you got it, make sure you check it to be sure that you're getting the right thing. So the road Y is going to set your backgrounds to where you want them to be. The car speed is going to be the speed of any cars that you want. Okay? And then the countdown is just until it ends. All right. And then when you receive calculate, because remember broadcast calculate, we got the setup here. Broadcast calculate, we're going to go back to events. Say when I receive calculate, set this apart. Set road speed we got a new variable called road speed, and that's going to determine how fast the backgrounds are moving.
Set road speed. Wait, you made a new one?
Yeah.
Oh, here.
And then you're going to change road Y by road speed. So, and I'm going to change this to -5 because we want the roads moving down. When I say this, I'm saying road speed is going to be -5, so everything is moving downward at a speed that is okay with us. If we want to change the speed, we can do that, but let's not do that for now.
Imagine how hard it is to make a code for a scratch.
Like to make scratch actually happen.
Yeah.
Okay, now let's go back and get an if-then statement. gonna change, inside here, we're gonna change road Y. By 720. And here's why. Well, here's why. So here's the reason we're changing this by 720. Okay? So how tall is our screen? Right here. It goes down, so it starts at 0, it goes to a negative 180, positive 180, which is how much, what's your total? 360. Who said that? William?
Yeah.
Good. Thing with numbers?
Yeah.
Nice. That's awesome. So then 360 times 2, because we have 2 different screens, is what? 720. That's why we have a total of 720. Now if this is X, and you want your road going this way, actually it would be probably this way while you drive. Now, we have 0 to negative 240, and 0 to positive 240. William?
Wait, what did you say?
240 plus 240.
480
480 times 2.
times 2 is, I don't know, to be honest.
960. So your number would change from 720 to 960 if you wanted it to go left and right. Yes. Yeah. That's why we changed that number by 720. It moves it all the way up to the top and higher than the top, so it can all move again.
Mr. Chadwick?
Yes.
Mr. Usher?
After Liam comes back. Yeah. Okay. And in this little if-then statement, we're going to say it's road Y. Please go get a less than symbol. Road Y is less than negative 360. So, road Y is moving, it gets to negative 360, or less than that, and then it moves back up to 720 so it can start again. So it can go all over again. Is everybody good with this?
Yeah.
Is anybody panicking?
No.
Admittedly, I kind of am because Zach said that he has a different way.
Well, not with acceleration, it's easy to have the sprites move in the background, but it's have acceleration on its speed.
Okay,
But it can be easily implemented using one of the vehicles.
got it. I was like, I've been kind of having the back of my head. All right, so this is the code for code sprite without the sprite. All right, road 1. Let's go to road 1. We're going to code it. I'm going to tell you this. It's a lot more simple. Tigger, you on road 1? Okay. So we're just going to go to event. When I receive setup, we're going to make this larger so you guys. So this is road 1. Okay. When I receive setup, we're just going to tell road 1 to go to the very middle. Go to 0, 0.
Oh, where is you? Oh,
It's in motion. Motion.
I could find it. Go to X 0. What? 0.
Then we're going to tell it to move back a bit. I'm going to say go backward 10 layers. We don't want it getting any confusion.
Go back.
And what do we want our road to do? Move, right? So we're gonna say, under events, when I receive move, so it's gonna start off at 0, 0, but when it starts moving, we're gonna say go to zero, road Y. And remember, road Y is constantly changing. So road Y is moving down, so we want it to move down. Yeah, we're not quite there yet. That's why only part of yours is moving forward. I like that you're trying it out. Okay. Is everybody ready to move to road 2?
Yeah.
Okay. Is anybody not? Road 2. There's like 9 total lines of code on this one. So, as we did here, set up and move, we need to go get those for road 2. So go to events, when I receive, move,
Or we could just drag it over to road 1.
Movement setup.
problem is, we don't want it to totally, we're not gonna just copy them. So we want setup and we want move. If you want to do that, Nathan, okay, but we're gonna be messing with some stuff. Okay. So, road 1 started at 0, 0. We don't want road 2 to start at 0, 0. We do want it to start in the middle-ish, but we want it to be 360 pixels further down. So we want it to be, 360 further up. So go to 0, 360.
And then when are we gonna make the car?
What?
I know what we're making now. We're making like one of those things that go like the road that goes up like down and the car has to like move.
You want to know what though?
What?
I'm
That
just,
should not
I'm just giving you this so that you can work with it later. So you won't be able to say like, I didn't help you make it. Not just you, but everybody. Okay. We're getting down to the nitty gritty here. Just a little bit more. When I receive move, we're going to get an if else. Never really used those very often.
I use them also sometimes.
Yeah.
It's alright.
Good. All right. Yeah. So if road Y becomes less than 0, we want something to happen. Less than 0, how could it be there? Well, then we're going to say go to, and put another go to in the else. No, those are not what we're going with. It's saying negative 3932 now. But we want x to be 0 because we always want it centered. Like in the middle. Just like if you ever do this with y to make it horizontal, you're going to want y to be 0 so it stays centered. Okay, in y, we're going to go get an operator, and we're going to get a plus and a minus.
Operator.
Y equals blank plus blank, and y equals blank minus blank.
Blank, blank.
So first of all, just with everything else, these are going to be 360. Because it's moving up and down. And then finally, road Y is going into both of those.
It's mostly all road Y.
Yeah, because road Y is the one that moves. Okay, so we want to make sure that everything is schooled in here. So this is all looks good. Make sure yours matches this. This one matches. You don't want to have a wacky code like some kids did last period.
Can you stop right here for a second?
Yeah,
Thank you.
thanks for communicating with me. Okay, you good?
Yeah.
All right, let's look at road 1 and make sure it's all cool. Go to X00, go backward 10 layers when you receive setup. When I receive move, go to 0, road Y. Cool? Huh? And then finally, the code sprite. Uh-oh. I realized something. We have no values in here. Road Y is just 0.
It's supposed to be 360, isn't it?
Are you getting these codes off of your phone?
Yeah, I made a game, and then I needed to make sure that I didn't. Would you remember all this?
No.
Okay.
I just put some stuff on my
So car speed can be 5. Road Y is 0, and countdown. Just make it above 1. Otherwise, it will just stop because of our code over here that says. Oh, repeat until. There's your answer. Repeat until. Let's go get an operator with a less than. We want countdown to be less than 1. Because when it gets to 0, then it's going to stop the game. All right. What you should have now is a game, a background that looks like this.
It doesn't move.
Yours doesn't move, huh? Then I would ask what you have wrong.
Oh, 0, 5, and 20. 0, 5.
Press the flag.
Alright, now it works.
Is there anybody who's not working?
Well, mine's working, but it's not like that. Mine too.
Okay. We'll figure out what you did wrong.
Or are you putting up the speed change like that?
Huh?
Or is it gonna, is it like, does it change the
You
inside?
could, if you wanted it to. If you
Okay,
wanted to.
I know, I was just
And
wondering.
we could do,
since it has car speed code, so I was wondering if it.
so, yes, the car will be able to change speed, the road speed.
Maintains the same?
Well, we can put it on a,
Because if so, that's what that's how I do this for my is that the car can check the easily change for any time. But the backdrop itself is so
the road speed is -5. So if we wanted to put it on a -10, -15, now it's moving pretty quick. Did you find it, Amy? Is it your, it works, but everything's off? So, what you wanted to do,
this is the unposted 5-3.
Like how.
so what you wanted to do with road 1 was duplicate it and then flip it vertically.
No, I can give it to someone how to do this background code, which is just the rather than because
Oh, okay.
it would be really annoying to like individual sprites and you want it to have a lot more variety. But with this, you can. It's a seamless sprite. That's what this code, and it's working precisely. Yep. And I can give it to Toil on that.